You know how you've got shins?
I do.
Well, imagine
They're above my feet, below my knee.
They are indeed. Imagine a sport where all you did was slam your feet, into someone else's shins until they fell down.
Well, do I get to put a little bit of padding there?
You get a little bit of straw, but past that, not a whole lot.
Sounds like fun.
Well, it's called shin kicking, and it is the sport of the week.
Wow.
So, sport of the week, shin kicking. This is it's a fairly long-standing tradition.
Good mythical morning.
Where do you think this sport was invented? Yeah, because
Ireland.
You keep bringing it up, and it's not our show.
Ireland.
It is not our show at all.
Ireland.
No, it was in Britain, UK.
That's close.
Yeah, so it's about 2 hours northwest of London in Dover's Hill. Dover's Hill, named for the founder of. Do you know what?
Jeez.
No. The Cotswold Olimpick Games.
Of course.
So these are Olympic Games that were really only done in Dover's Hill and Chipping Campden, which is about 2 hours outside of London, like I said. Named after Robert Dover, the founder of the games. In those games, you had shin kicking. So shin kicking started in the 1600s.
So basically, you just beat the poop out of somebody's shins until they give up.
Essentially, you can also throw them to the ground, but you have to be
Steel-toed boots
doing
for the win.
Steel-toed boots were used.
Yes, of course they were.
When the
that's
games
smart.
were rounding out in the 1850s.
They had steel-toed boots in the 1850s.
Yes, they were steel enforced. It wasn't like specifically, your Timberlands with steel toes in them, but they had brands of that. They used to actually strengthen their shins by using hammers. They would hit their shins with hammers so that they could win this.
What?
Yes. So that was their training.
Wow.
They would just hit their shins with hammers.
That doesn't. It sounds counterproductive to me.
If you break a bone, it becomes stronger as it heals.
Is that true?
I believe so. We need to ask a doctor on that, but
that sounds silly.
I believe that's it. So 1850s, the Cotswold Olimpick Games were shut down, but they were brought back in the late 1900s, and sure enough, shin kicking is back in full force.
It's something you see on ESPN once a year.
Yes. So this does take place generally in June of every year.
About the same time that you see the cheese run.
Correct.
Down the hill.
The cheese rolling.
Yes.
In Gloucestershire. It's also in the UK. Hey, we've done a lot from the UK. Toe wrestling last week and now shin kicking. But to begin, so the rules. Let's go through the rules here. You start off, you wear a shepherd's smock, which is provided by the games.
So is that like a vest or is that like
it essentially looks like a scientist lab coat.
Okay.
So you grab them by the shoulders. You're holding onto their shoulders with straight arms.
By like the smock or by the shoulders?
By the smock, pretty much. Okay. So you're grabbing onto the clothing, and then you just kind of wail on the other person's shins.
Oh.
Now, I talked about throwing very briefly. There's no tackling allowed.
Okay.
But if you are able to, as you're kicking someone, throw them down at the same time, there's a referee there that can determine, yes, that was a legal throw. That person is out. Or you can say, no, you kind of did it off balance. Not fair. Get back up. Continue kicking shins. So it's pretty much toes into shins. You can use straw to shove up your pants that is provided by the Cotswold Olimpick Games.
So you can't have fake straw.
Correct. There are no more steel-toed boots allowed. There is only soft shoes. So tennis shoes, sneakers, whatever you call them. They claim in the last 17 years or so that there are no broken bones. It's only shin bruises and scrapes. But man, that would still hurt.
There's no way.
It would still hurt so bad.
No broken bones.
It's essentially a hockey fight.
UFC. Look at the guy's leg that freaking snapped and.
Well, so you're kicking your toe into somebody's shin. Mm-hmm. People also use the inside of their foot, but it's mostly the toe. You're Lou Grozaing somebody. Yeah. It's essentially a hockey fight. End. Game of Thrones.
Yeah.
In true British fashion, when you've had enough, you can yell sufficient.
Sufficient!
Exactly. Or when someone has a successful throw, puts you on the ground. Those are the two ways to kind of give in or submit.
Kicks you hard enough that you lose your balance and you fall.
Exactly. It's pretty much just like toe wrestling, except you're kicking shins instead.
It's best 2 of 3?
It's best 2 of 3, yes.
So you lose. You got to get up and do it again.
Exactly. It's standard Mortal Kombat rules. You got to get up so somebody gets that fatality.
Gotta get back up.
The referee that I briefly talked about, he uses a stick to control the match. He's in charge of all the rules and stepping in if things get out of control. He has a large staff or stick, which makes him the stickler. This is true. He's called the stickler in this. And it's believed that this is where stickler for the rules originated.
Huh.
So a little fun fact there.
He's a tickler.
Any other questions about shin kicking?
Why?
Would you play?
Many.
Would you participate?
No.
There's no entry fee. There are a
No.
maximum of 12 participants per year in the Cotswold Olimpick Games.
No.
You wouldn't at all?
No.
I think I'd do it one year.
No.
Yeah. Because I think I'd be able to get a few good kicks in and take somebody down. So I'm a yes, you're a no.
Strong no.
The Shin Kicking World Championships will be held again in 2018, where current champ Adam Miller will defend his title. That is your sport of the week, Shin Kicking, here on That One Sports Show.